Namaskar everyone, welcome to today's yoga practice. It's the day 4 of the yoga challenge. Let's begin today's practice by a few warm-ups, and then today we'll be doing asanas more in the prone position, so where my stomach is down towards the mat. So we're going to do a few of those asanas, followed by pranayama, followed by meditation as usual. Let's begin. Okay, beginning with our neck warm-ups. So looking down, chin towards chest, looking up and down, up, carry on. And looking left and right, carry on. Taking your head from side to side, so left here on left shoulder, right on right, left on left, right on right, and carry on. And circles with your head. Easy breathing. Changing direction. Okay, coming to a halt, taking your shoulders up towards your ears, release, up, release, up, release. Few more times at your own pace. And now doing shoulder circles. I'm taking my shoulders backwards, downwards, forwards, upwards. Change direction. Okay, from here, stretching your fingers out. Fists, stretch, fists. A few more like that at your own pace. Light fists, wrist rotations. Change direction. Hands and shoulders, circles with your elbows. Change direction. Leaving your fingers on your shoulders, raising your elbows roughly to shoulder height, and then doing some sideways dips. Back to center, fingers are still on your shoulders, elbows are still roughly shoulder height, and twisting to the right, twisting to the left, to the right, to the left. Easy breathing throughout. To the right, to the left. Few more at your own pace. Wonderful. Release. Okay, working on our toes and feet, curling your toes. Stretch, curl, stretch, curl. A few more times. Very good. Ankle rotations. Change direction. Knee rotations. Change direction. Swap legs, curling your toes on the other leg. Stretch, curl, stretch. A few more times at your own pace. Very good. Ankle rotations. Change direction. Knee rotations. Change direction. Very good. We're going to stand up and do some hip warm-ups. Hip distance apart. Hands are on your waist. Just moving side to side. And now doing hip circles. Change direction. Very good. Coming to a halt and let's begin. So we're going to start with coming onto all fours. From coming onto all fours, we'll do our usual cat-cow. So releasing your stomach downwards, tailbone out, head out. Breathe out, round. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, round. A few more at your own pace. Last one. Okay, coming to a neutral posture, I'm going to stretch my right leg out, foot is tucked in. We're just going to go back and forth and give our calf a bit of a stretch. Very good. Coming onto the left leg, left foot is tucked, going back and forth. Coming back onto all fours, I'm going to take my right knee, lift it, tap the right elbow, coming down, tap, coming down, tap, coming down, last one, tap, coming down. Doing the same with the other leg. So lifting your left knee, tapping the left elbow, release down, tap, down, tap, down. Two more. Tap, down, tap, down. Wonderful. Tucking all of your 10 toes, coming into your downward facing dog. So we lift up onto our toes, release the heels down. Lift, release, lift, release. A few more times. Very good. We'll start to pedal our heels one at a time. So be very mindful when you're pedaling. Notice where you're feeling the stretch. Very good. Coming on up onto your toes again. Lifting your right leg up, pointing the toe out. and release. Staying on your toes, lifting your left foot up, point, release. Right foot, release. Left foot, release. One last round. Right, left. Very good. Now we're going to try and see if we can touch our heels to the ground, or at least work towards it. Pushing your shoulders, lifting your hips, and we're going to hold in the downward facing dog posture for around 5 breaths. Okay, so same as we did when we were on all fours, we're going to lift the right knee, tap the elbow, go back. Now, if doing this in the downward facing dog posture is too much, you can just come down and repeat what we did before, right? Okay, so for those who want to attempt the downward facing dog variation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doing the same 5 times on the other side, coming up onto your toes, tap with your left knee to your left elbow, tap, tap, tap. One last round, tap, release, hold in the downward facing dog for a couple of breaths. Very good. So from here we're going to come onto the plank pose. So adjust your toes if you need to. Pushing with your heels, balancing on your palms. We're going to hold. If it gets too much, release your knees and then go back up again. 5 breaths. Okay, now if this wasn't enough, we're going to do the same but in the plank. So what I mean by same is we're going to tap our knee to the elbow. Let's see if we can. If this is too much, go into the downward facing dog. If the downward facing dog is too much, come onto all fours. So come into the plank, tap, 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 tap. Last one. Tap. Very good. Other leg. Tap, 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 tap. Last one. Tap. Come onto your plank. Release. We're going to catch our breath in the child's pose. So spread your knees out. Release yourself down. Forehead onto the mat. Stretching your hands out. Very good. So from here coming up, we're going to release our elbow onto the mat, both of your elbows and palms onto the mat. And then we're going to stretch one leg out, stretch the other leg out, and do the plank on your forearms. So see if you can hold for 5 breaths. Feel free to tap your knees down when you feel tired and go up again. If you feel a shivering, that's good. Your core is working. Try and engage your core muscles for better support. Wonderful. Releasing your knees down, we're going to do the dolphin pose. So walking your knees up, tucking all of your 10 toes. My knees are roughly underneath my hips. All of my 10 toes are tucked. And I'm going to lift my knees So this is your dolphin pose, and we'll try and hold for 5 breaths. Very good. Releasing your knees down, and I'm going to lie down on my stomach, coming into the Sphinx pose, giving your spine and your legs a bit of a rest, shuffling your bottom from side to side for a bit of a release. Very good. Right, now we're going to go into what is called the proud Sphinx. So basically we're going to engage all of our leg muscles, spine muscles, and make our Sphinx prouder. So taking your toes together, squeezing your buttocks together, pushing your tops of the toes together downwards towards the floor. That will immediately give you a bit of a lift in your back. Looking straight ahead, 5 breaths. Very good. Releasing that proud Sphinx. We're going to do an easy needle and thread after this. So we're going to come down onto the mat, release your torso down to the mat. You're going to stretch your right hand, take your left hand from underneath the right, release your left side down onto the mat. Holding for 5 breaths. Coming out of the needle thread on this side, stretching your left hand out, tucking the right hand from underneath the left arm, releasing the right side of your face down onto the mat. Feel free to close your eyes down, noticing the stretch on your shoulder blade back, the gentle supported twist. Coming out of the needle and thread pose, your forehead is on the mat, your palms are by the sides of your chest, your legs and feet are together, your elbows are tucked in. We're going to do the classic cobra, the Bhujangasana. So rolling your chin, rolling your chest as much as you can, going upwards, holding. Now here in the classic cobra, we are not putting any weight on our palms. So just give yourselves a quick check to see that you're not putting any weight on your palms. Looking straight ahead, engaging your glutes, straightening your legs, pushing the tops of your toes down. 5 breaths. Very good. Releasing yourself down to the mat, taking your palms slightly downwards at rib level. We're going to now do a variation of the upward facing dog. So we're going to put all of our weight now on our palms, looking straight ahead. You can do a midway variation where you're just putting weight on your palms, but your stomach is down on the mat. Your choice. Only as a challenge pose, see if you can lift your knees off the mat, coming into the classic upward facing dog, the Shavasana. Very good. Releasing your knees if they're up, releasing the whole of your torso down towards the mat. From here, we're going to come up onto our forearms and we're going to do the half frog. So bending your right knee, giving the inside of that right leg a bit of a stretch. It's a very good supported stretch, excellent stretch for lower back pains, for sciatica issues. Looking straight ahead, 5 breaths. Okay, doing the same on the other side. My left knee is bent roughly at hip level. I have my torso straightened up, looking straight ahead. 5 breaths. Very good. We're going to straighten that left leg now, and we're now going to lie down on our stomachs, on our chests again. I'm going to slide both of my palms underneath my thighs, and we'll do the Ardha Shalabhasana. So starting with the left leg, we're going to lift the left leg as high as you can comfortably go. Chin or forehead can be on the mat. The locust, this is the half locust. My left toe is pointing out. 5 breaths. Wonderful. Releasing the left leg down, doing the same on the right leg. So lifting that right leg as high as you can comfortably go. It's a lengthening, straightening and lifting action. 5 breaths. Very good. Releasing that right leg down now. Coming back up onto your forearms. You're going to bend your right foot, trying to take your heel towards your bottom. I don't mean you should be able to touch it, but just that direction. Now, if you can reach your foot, great. Shin, great. If you can't reach any part of your foot, shin, that sort of area, then you're just working with your trouser leg and pulling your heel down towards your bottom. If you can grab onto the foot, great. You're again trying to push that heel down towards your bottom. And of course, if you are slightly more flexible, then you're holding the inside of this foot, of the right foot, and you're trying to take that heel more and more on the side towards the side of your right hip. Try not to force it. If this is too much, don't force it. You're okay just touching your heel towards your bottom. 5 breaths. Wonderful. Release, doing the same on the other side. You know the variations. You can choose your variation. It may be completely different on each side, and that's absolutely normal. Excellent. Releasing the left leg. We're now going to attempt the bow pose, the Dhanurasana. So let us release your chin down to the mat. We're going to bend both of our knees, and as a preliminary level, this much is more than enough. Yeah, you're taking your hands on either side of your waist, lifting them, tucking your knees. If you can, however, hold onto your ankles, foot, then you're holding onto your ankles or your feet, and then you're going to start to lift your chin, lift as much of your chest as you can, and then starting to lift your knee off the mat. You can completely skip this if this is too much for you, if this practice is not working for you. 5 breaths. Excellent. Releasing yourself all the way down. We're going to rest in the Makarasana, so making a cushion with both of your hands, spreading your legs out as far as they can go. Heels are in, toes are out. Head can go to one side. Releasing one side of your face down onto that cushion. Few breaths here. Noticing that gentle pressure on your stomach. Coming out of the Makarasana, bringing your legs and feet together. Sitting up. Sitting in any posture, trying to keep your spine straight. Let's begin. We're going to do the Anulom Vilom, alternate nose breathing practice, just like the last session. However, today we're going to attempt to hold your breath at the top. So you're going to hold your breath after your inhale. Let's say for a count of 5, and then we exhale as normal. Again, as normal, we begin inhaling through the left nostril, hold for 5 counts, exhale from the right nostril, inhale from the right, hold for 5, exhale from the left. Let's give this a go. If you want to, you can again use your Nasika Mudra. Let's give this a go. So, straight back. Begin by breathing in with your left nostril. Hold your breath for a count of 5. Close your left nostril. Breathe out through your right nostril. Breathing through the right. Hold for a count of 5. Breathe out through the left. Carry on at your own pace. You can vary the count that you're holding for. It can be 3, it can be 7 or 8, your choice. Just see what feels right for you. Very good. Stopping after your next exhale. Doing the same meditation practice that we have been doing for the past 3 days, the mantra of I am, repeating it over and over again in your head. Every time you realize you're not saying your mantra, gently bringing your mind back to this meditation mantra of I am. Closing your eyes down, still trying to keep your back nice and straight. Starting with the observe your breath for a few seconds. And now starting to say your mantra in your head over and over again. Every now and again, just checking in, making sure you're still saying your mantra. Gently opening your eyes. If you have a few extra minutes, then feel free to sit in this meditation for a good 10-15 minutes. And every day, 10-15-20 minutes of meditation will really build up that meditation muscle for you. If you don't have the time, of course, lying down in Shavasana. Lying down on your backs, releasing your hips, loosening your limbs, letting your arms, your hands, your thighs become heavy and sink to the ground. Softening your facial muscles. Keeping your awareness gently on your breath. If you have another few minutes, feel free to lie down some more. If not, I will see you tomorrow for the next session of the Yoga Challenge. Thank you, everybody. Namaste.